Well, the Grigsby's a lot of different things. For me, it's the best whitetail property in the country. I've been hunting here since 2003. The farming operation is, I mean, they're one of the biggest grain producers in the country. What they do here is everything's at a top level. They do it at the best of their ability, and their abilities are way up there. I mean, they have the biggest equipment, the fastest equipment. They're growing in massive amounts of crops, soybeans, corn, wheat. My history with the Grigsby farm and family is years ago, I was invited to come on a hunt here. There was an outfitter that actually was outfitting on the property at the time. I came up here and fell in love with the place. You know, and hunted here for years, and that outfitter left, and then the family ran hunts, and I kept hunting with the family, and over time they decided they were gonna look at potentially leasing the property, and of course I was jumping up and down with my hand up, I gotta have it. This is unreal. What could we do with this place if we put it under the right management, you know? And so this is our 6th year, and we're starting to really see some major dividends in it, and there's a lot to come now that we control the whole property. One of the tough parts about coming to the Grigsby this time of year is the amount of tree stands we have up. We've got over 150. I quit counting them, so it could be 175. I don't know. And they're all double sets, so call that 300 tree stands in the trees. You know, because we have a camera stand at every setup. That way, if we're filming, we can always have somebody in there with us. I'm gonna leave a big old patch of corn standing here. Well, I tell you what, this reminds me of last year. As bad as the wind's blowing right now, it was just like this that night we shot that deer. Came out right over there, right when those thunderstorms were coming up.
Close to that bridge.
Can I shoot him or not?
Yeah, you can now.
Here we go. It's kind of crazy deer, but he's my deer. Shotgun 2 here in Illinois, and we've got a beautiful deer on the ground, and I tell you.
Hey, you know what's funny? Still got a trail camera up right over here.
Yeah, I know, I saw that. That's when you know you got too many cameras.
Yeah.
When you leave one out like that. You got her a little pinched, huh?
Yeah.
Bad.
I took the bar off. I didn't want to bend it. So all we got to do is get that chain out. I'm just not sure how we're going to do that.
Okay, I guess I'll lift up on it. We don't want anything falling in the field though, because we can't mess up this crop. Sure, I'll get it. Don't worry.
Thank you, Mike. You're my hero. You are my hero.
I didn't come to save you. I came to save my saw. Here, you've been upgraded. You now get this.
Talk about yourselves for a minute.
All right, put that back together. Meet you at the truck. Let's get the next one. I think this is all set. We don't need to cut anything else. I'm gonna put that camera up over there and then we're done.
All right.
All right.
Don't forget about that other camera.
Man, I mean, this time of year, we have to get all this work done. We've got over 100 cameras we put out. You know, this time of year, I don't have to worry about, or I feel like I don't have to worry about coming in and sneaking around and worrying about bumping a deer. You know, if I come in here right now and do it, you know, we come in, we make the noise, we do the work, we do what we got to do, get it done, and, you know, go on with life, and we don't get all worried about it. If it was 1st of October, middle of October, and I'm out here trying to hang stands, I'd be tiptoeing around. I wouldn't want to run that power saw. I would be scared I'd jump a buck out of this little bottom here. And it's just easier to do it now. You just come in and just go all in and get it done. I'm wearing long sleeves, long pants, and the only long sleeves and pants that I had in my drawer here was camo. So I'm in full camo because one thing, everything's great at the Grigsby except one thing. The poison ivy is intense and I can't stand getting that stuff. So I'm long sleeving it and I'm in full camo. You know, their farming practices, the sustainability practices that they have here are second to none. And you could honestly say they have a 100-year plan for this farm. How many people plan that far out for the next generation or 2 generations down the road? That's what they do here at the Grigsby. The family is adamant that their kids and their grandkids will be farming here. One of the awesome features here at the Grigsby is the staff that they have. I mean, they've got a big full-time staff here to run this big operation, and Randy Leka kind of heads that up. He's the farm manager. You know, he'd probably chuckle me saying this, but I consider him like a mad scientist of farming. I mean, just to sit and talk to the guy is an unbelievable wealth of knowledge. So when it comes to us planting food plots and stuff, I mean, anything he says, it's the gospel as far as I'm concerned. I'm doing it. You know, and a lot of times they jump in there and they help us so that we can grow. Again, everything at the Grigsby is always done at a top notch. I mean, they don't want anything to be substandard. And so they get involved and they help us a lot. We all work together. I come to them with ideas on the management side for wildlife and things that they can plant and where to plant. And they're wide open to those suggestions. And when they speak up about any of the farming practices, there's nobody else I'm going to listen to except Randy Leka. He knows what he's doing.
Morning, Mike.
Good to see you.
How you been?
Good.
Good.
It's been a while since I've been up. How's everything going?
Yeah, it's one for the record books, Mike.
In a good way or bad way?
Well, it's been a little challenging this year, but things are starting to look up. We're a little better off than most, but
just the
it's
rain's
just
been getting you?
Oh, it's been unprecedented. Yeah.
Well, on the phone, you had told me a little bit about some of these cover crops. You still sticking to that program?
I tell you, I've never been so excited about some things we got going here, and I'd like to show you, a little bit of what we're trying to do. So,
very good.
Sounds good. Well,
Cool.
Let's load up and go.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Okay.
On the cover crops, you're planting those on just a field that you're not wanting that you don't have corn and beans in right now, and then you're just going to come in behind.
That's what we've got a couple fields here that came out of wheat. So it's given us the opportunity to establish these covers much earlier in the season. Typically what we would do is come behind the corn and the soybean crop and establish it. But this year, I'm a little concerned with the lateness of the crop maturity. I've been able to get that done timely. So we're going to take this opportunity and instead of double cropping soybeans behind the wheat, we're going to establish cover crops. The idea is to have something growing year round. So agronomically, it's a very sound principle to try to build around this concept of sustainable agriculture, which is really the foundation that we're trying to build on going forward, and it's the future of this farm.
Well, is that the piece of equipment you were telling me about?
That's the piece right there.
Let's check it out. It looks small.
Yeah, this one's, I think,
it's not going to fit in my kill plot.
45 foot, so you may have to expand your food plots a little bit to get this into it, Mike.
Is that a newer tractor?
It is, Mike. This John Deere just entered the arena of quad track, so this is a row crop configuration, so it's got the narrow track, so you can actually use this in the crop season. It's 520 horse, so it's a lion
More
out
power.
there. Yeah, power. And when you put a piece of iron like this behind the tractor, you better have some ponies up in front there to get it done.
So you were saying that from inside the cab, they can change the angles here to dictate how much soil disruption you have.
That's right. This is a vertical tillage tool, so it's really designed to just kind of shallow soil penetration. But one of the features of this that's brand new to Deere is the ability to angle these disc gangs to determine the amount of soil disturbance that you get. So sometimes you just want to size this plant residue. But if you really want to do some soil mixing and incorporate that residue, then you can angle this up to 12 degrees. So It's really a neat feature, and it's all done from in the cab.
Gotcha.
So we think that we can do most of what we're going to do with this one tool.
Gotcha.
And, you know, again, it just helps meet that definition. Sustainability is doing more with less.
Right.
And this is part of why we're interested in something like this.
Gotcha.
Yep.
You were talking about this field being blue corn for chips, right?
Yeah,
Next
that's
year,
right.
that's what it'll be?
That's
so
right.
All this work is so, in theory, that crop becomes better. And the
Yeah,
crop after
everything
that
builds
becomes
on
better.
itself. So,
Right.
so what we've done, we've come in, we've done initial application of swine manure. We're following with this 8-way mix that's
Thought I smelled that.
heavily legume-based.
Right.
So we're going to actually generate and fixate some nitrogen through the plant, and then we're going to self-terminate that this fall, come back next spring, and we'll plant our blue corn.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, the blue corn kind of leads into what we were talking about. You've been telling me all about this test
Oh, I
plot we
tell
had.
you, we're so excited about this, Mike. And
I checked on that, and I want to show you some of the data I've got on the cameras, and
Yeah.
then just go up there. Do you got time
okay.
to ride up there? And
Yeah, I
take
was
a look?
hoping you were getting good documentation.
Yeah, let's go look at it.
All right, let's
I
go.
need you to explain that to me too. Don't want to run any of my corn over.
Doesn't look too bad, does it?
Well,
Like-
you say it doesn't look too bad. You tell me, does it look bad or not?
Yeah,
You're the
I'm
corn guy.
thinking it looks pretty good.
Look right through the
Oh.
vine right there.
Yep,
You
I
see
see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right in the 8 rows of red corn, probably
Yeah.
eating our corn.
We can see a lot of the evidence here that, you know, we've got a lot of deer activity
So this
here.
is
and-
deer just pulling this out.
Right.
So one like this, they probably killed this one. It's not going to produce
Right,
anything.
yeah.
It's gone.
When they take the top out, they've taken the growing point, so that plant's not going to produce. So, you know, this can be pretty detrimental to the farm at large, but this plot's got a purpose, not only for a food plot, but we're also trying to document the activities here.
Your 2 cameras that we had put were
Yep.
right here, and they look, so this is it
Yep.
right through here.
Yep, so we got a strip of 8 rows from field edge to field edge, starting at this camera right here.
Now, when you
going
say
to the
red
south.
corn, the actual ear corn will be red?
Yes, the kernels will be red, a dark red. So
That's pretty cool. This is obviously this plot. You just got done telling me that we may not have corn here for deer season, which is not what I wanted to hear. But are you seeing this same type of pressure in other areas of the farm, I guess, and on the beans and corn, I would
yeah,
assume?
it's you know, all of our timber edges are particularly bad. Deer degradation from year to year has been a problem for us as a farm, but it's also got an agronomic impact too.
Sure.
It's very real to us because obviously when you see this kind of damage in something other than a food plot, there's an economic cost to that. So,
Oh, for sure.
So what we're trying to do is work hand in hand with IDNR, document, you know, the issues and the locations on the farm, and then
They issue
request.
permits
Yeah,
based on that.
there's an application process. They come out, we show them the damage that's taking place, and then if it's justified, then they will issue permits.
Yeah, and then we'll execute on those permits for you,
Yeah.
and then we're going to donate all the meat through Cass Meats. They're going to take everything to the soup
Yeah, it's
kitchen, and
fantastic.
So it's a
That-
win all the way around.
Yeah,
It's good
it's-
for the farm. It's good for the deer herd, and you know, we
Right.
help some people that are less fortunate. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
works
we
out.
appreciate that.
All right, well, let's check the rest of this out. And
Okay.
We'll head back.
Yep.